Welcome to yet another edition of Young Business with Ndego Power. And as always, yes, to our first segment, Ndego Power Sense, where I try to share insights on some of the issues, some of the things that as a young Kenyan you could be experiencing, and some of the opportunities that young people in Kenya should take up in pursuing entrepreneurship. And today's topic is it's not quite a controversial topic, but it's something that I know bothers so many young Kenyans, and something that has bothered me in the past, I think like 2 years ago, and something that I still keep asking myself that, why should I be an entrepreneur? Why? I mean, I could be something else, I could do something else, I'm still in campus, or I'm off campus. Right now, all I need is, to find a job, to get paid. I mean, that 50,000, that 100,000, that 200,000 is enough for me. Then, if I'm satisfied with that, if I'm satisfied with just being in school, if I'm satisfied with the salary that I'm getting, then why should I be an entrepreneur? And I've tried listing 5 reasons. I'm not quite experienced in entrepreneurship, but I have become, I've been an entrepreneur for the last 2 years since high school. And after high school, honestly, I did not have the guts. I did not even think about becoming an entrepreneur until my uncle, Mr. Peter Kahihu, the CEO of Balance Scorecard Institute, which is a school that trains CEOs and business executives across Africa and in London. I mean, he called me up and took me up and told me entrepreneurship it's the real deal. It's the real deal for you as a young person. It's what you should be doing as a young person, apart from the so many other things that you want to do. And the first time I didn't take him seriously because I was just from high school and I was wondering, really, why should I be an entrepreneur? I'm really comfortable. All I need is waiting for my results and get into university, and enjoy the whole education thing, go out and party. But he said entrepreneurship was the real deal. And yes, it's become a real deal since I started getting into entrepreneurship. With a couple of friends, I formed probably one of the biggest networks of young entrepreneurs. We've done amazing events. Just recently, we did one of the biggest panel events in Kenya. I've sold selfie sticks, probably one of the first people who started doing selfie sticks. I don't know if any of you remember Selfie Stick Kenya. I've started an adventure tourism company. I've tried doing 1 or 2 things on entrepreneurship. And here are the 5 reasons why I think every other young Kenyan should become an entrepreneur. Number 1 is survival. You learn how to survive. You start an event, you have no money, you have no cash, you probably don't even have the connections, you have nothing, yet you have this amazing event or this amazing idea that is in your head. Then you start learning how to survive. How do I take this idea, make it into a reality with nothing? There's this interesting quote that an entrepreneur is a person who jumps off a cliff and builds the parachute while going down. And that's basically what entrepreneurship really is. You have nothing, you have no idea, you have no cash. You just have that one dream event or that one dream idea. So you learn how to survive. And during that process, at times you have to make some decisions that could be grave to your entire business. At times you have to make some decisions that could make the whole thing flop. And at that time, you have no one to look up to. You're just there. So what do? You learn how to survive. And learning how to survive is really about listening to your instincts and knowing what to trust. Trusting your guts, trusting your instincts. And I think if you really, because life is really about, I know it's more than survival, but the foundation of life at first is survival. You have to eat, you have to pay for some of the basic necessities, and for you to do that, then you need to learn how to survive. And that's really what entrepreneurship teaches you at a young age. It teaches you how to survive. There are times you have to go around the system, you have to break some of the rules and create your own rules for you to create success, for you to make your dream work. Now, the second thing I'd say is self-confidence. There is so much that you learn. You get to believe in yourself so much when you sit down, create an idea, or however you find your inspiration for your ideas. You think that this idea could work, that this could work, then you go on ahead and start working on it. And at the end of the day, let's take, for example, event making. So you're like, I want to create an event for women empowerment. Let's call it Girls Have Dreams. and it's just there on paper. And you decide, okay, you bring in a few of your friends, a few of your workmates, let's work on this. And at the end of that event, when it happens, there is so much that happens to your self-confidence than you could ever achieve if you just laid back and not got into entrepreneurship. And that's one of the major things, that's one of the best things about entrepreneurship. You build so much of your self-confidence because you create something, you bring something from your own mind and then you put into something and make it work. More like making your thought become something. And that's a great experience. Self-confidence is one of the things that most people crave for, and it's not something easy to achieve, especially in this very judgmental society and in the face of social media where people just talk to you however they want to, people criticize you so much. Entrepreneurship gives you a whole new level of self-confidence. Number 3 thing that I have learned, and I think why any other young person should become an entrepreneur, is what I can call discovery. Because at times you think that you are really good at something, but you cannot be good at something before you try it out. You cannot sit back and say, look, I think I'm a good radio presenter, if you have not gone out and tried radio presenting. You cannot say that you think you're a good businessman if you haven't gone outside there, created a business or been in a business and make it grow. You cannot say that you are something before you try being that something. And that's one of the good things about entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is all-rounded. Because you could start a media business, you could start a tech business, and also in a tech business, there's so many things that are involved. There's finance, there's marketing, there's conceptualization, there's branding. So being there, you can try out branding and, you realize, I'm not really good at this. I'm not enjoying this. You can go out and try finance. You can go out and try bootstrapping. And at the end of this, of your first entrepreneurial journey, or several of that, or the whole of it put in together, then that's where you discover your strengths. You get to discover your strengths, you get to discover your talents, and you also get to discover your weaknesses. What are you not good at? What is it that anytime you do, someone else does it better in the team? But then there's always that one thing that you're doing better than almost everyone else. And entrepreneurship makes you discover that, so that you're not all over your place, but now you start getting the right point to your life compass. You start realizing that, look, I think I'm really good at media. So if I want to become an entrepreneur, I don't really need to create a Facebook, because that's more like a tech company, but you want to create a Huffington Post or another e-newspaper in Kenya to be Daily Nation, so that people don't really have to buy newspapers. Then you start doing something that is more inclined to your strengths. Discovery is one of the most important things that any person getting into entrepreneurship at a young age could learn about and could discover. So the last one, second last, networking. One thing that I've learned in the last 2 years is the importance of building your networks. That every time you have something new, you want the world to know about it. So you are always everywhere. You're going to events. You want people to interact with your product. And that builds your networks. Because today you'll meet this person, tomorrow you'll meet this person. And both of them could be doing something different. A perfect example is, shout out to Anita Nderu and Amina Abdi. So when we were starting out, a friend of mine knew Amina Abdi, and Amina Abdi came to meet us and see what we are doing, and she was so impressed with that. And from that time, we built our content, we built our network, same to Anita Nderu. And from then on, that really helped us, because when we were doing one of the biggest idea competitions in Kenya called Get in the Ring, we didn't really know how to get to the whole entire Nairobi to tell young people to bring their business ideas. So one of the ways we could do that is by getting to a station that, to radio stations that have access to many people. And that's where our network helped, because Amina Abdi got us about 2 interviews on Capital FM, and she also got us an interview on Homeboys Radio, and so many people came to know about what we are doing. And that's the importance of networks. Whenever you need something, your network will probably have that solution. You need a techie, you need a camera guy, you need someone to do your videos. That's where you dig in. You go back to the contact list that you've created, you go back to the network, and you find someone who understands your current situation and helps you propel whatever dream or idea you have. So network is really important for being an entrepreneur. And the last thing is you learn so much about teamwork. No company is built by one person. No dream is really built by one person, but most of the bigger achievements or bigger milestones that have happened in this world is because of one thing, and that's team effort. You learn so much about team effort. You learn so much about appreciating someone's strengths where you are weak, and also appreciating your own weaknesses where other people in that organization or in that company are strong in that. So entrepreneurship helps you to learn about how to work with different people, how to bring together different people in creating something stronger, and how to synergize the energy, the ideas, the aggression, and everything else that you require to build your own company, build your own business, or build your own venture or brand. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think those 5 reasons are the reason why you, while watching this, should become an entrepreneur at a very young age. Well, that's it, folks. Let's move to the one-on-one interview with an amazing guest, only on Young Business with Ndungu Power.